Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back to the last candle review of the day. I hope you're having a great evening. In this video, we are going to tackle pumpkin cold brew from HomeWorx. But if you missed the earlier two candle reviews that I shared here on my channel today, I'll go ahead and link those in the description box down below. I will also put a link, obviously, where you can purchase pumpkin cold brew. This one is available at both the Rakuten website as well as at QVC. But I will say, if you're going to buy this one, I wouldn't recommend buying it from QVC. It's not in a set of two. So the pricing doesn't really make sense. Plus QVC charges you for each individual item for shipping. They don't do any type of combined shipping, and that has been my biggest beef with QVC for years. Not just for HomeWorx candles, but you know, other things that I want to buy from Q as well. I hate the fact that they charge separate shipping for everything. But anyway, I did receive this candle in full disclosure as PR. I am a HomeWorx ambassador. So I also have a discount code with them. If you would like to purchase this from the HomeWorx website, I know that they are having a sale this weekend. I don't think you can combine that discount code with that particular sale, but if you want to purchase this in the future, they might have another sale coming up where you can either combine rewards or an affiliate discount code to save a little bit more money. So I don't anticipate this one going super fast, but maybe. I mean, I would wholeheartedly recommend it. I actually really have fallen in love with this fragrance. So anyway, you guys, let's go ahead and get started with discussing the scent story that HomeWorx created for this, and then we will run through the top, middle, and base notes. I'll tell you what my nose smells predominantly here in this fragrance. We'll talk strength and throw, and then we'll go ahead and dive into the overall burn quality. And I gotta say, just across the board, this one has been performing really, really well for me. So if you are at all interested in this one, I am giving it my endorsement. I know that HomeWorx candles have really kind of been up and down in terms of quality, but this one here, it's a solid performer, and if you're interested in it, I think you should consider trying it. Okay, the scent story reads: fall is upon us, and you know what that means. Pumpkin cold brew season. Imagine a delightful mix of bold espresso, cozy pumpkin, topped with a velvety vanilla cream, and a drizzle of toffee that welcomes you with your favorite fall treat. All right, fragrance notes. So at the bottom of the candle, the fragrance notes read sweet pumpkin, espresso, toffee, vanilla cream, and vanilla cream, I guess I should say. But when you look on the website, they do go a little bit further into depth in terms of the top, middle, and bottom notes. So let's go ahead and read through those. The top notes read sweet pumpkin, toasted marshmallow, and golden toffee. The middle notes read autumn spice, almond blossom, and cold brew coffee. The bottom notes are vanilla ice cream, marshmallow fluff, and sweet musk. So out of all of those notes that are listed, what does my nose actually detect in here? Okay, first of all, in terms of the coffee note, I find it interesting that they used espresso on the bottom of the candle, but said cold brew for the middle notes. I think that this smells a little bit more like a cold brew than it does an espresso. Espresso coffee, when I've experienced that in candle format, if you will, has smelled a lot more intense, a lot more potent in terms of that like pure coffee note. Whereas cold brew is typically almost a little bit more like a watered down coffee type note. And that is what I am getting here. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of drinking cold coffee myself. I've never really understood that trend. I love my coffee hot. The hotter, the better. And I do think that hot coffee definitely allows the aroma of coffee to smell a little bit more prominent, a little richer, a little deeper. Whereas when you put coffee into a fridge or, you know, put ice in it, I think it just dilutes the overall coffee scent. And that is what I'm getting here. You smell coffee, but it's kind of diluted smelling. The notes that I'm going to tell you that I smell here are in this fragrance in very equal doses, if that makes sense. So one note does not present itself more prominently than another note, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So the coffee I do smell right off the bat, but it's not an intense coffee fragrance. There are other scents from HomeWorx that I think are better if you are looking for a more intense coffee experience. Coffee shop would be one recommendation that I have, but that one has nutmeg in it, so if you hate nutmeg, you might not like that. But anyway, a more watery coffee note, very present in here for sure. The pumpkin, okay, I do actually smell some creamy pumpkin in here. It smells a little bit like the sweet cinnamon pumpkin from Bath and Body Works. I've never actually been a huge fan of sweet cinnamon pumpkin from Bath and Body Works, ironically enough, but I feel like this has like that same type of sweet pumpkin effect here. But I like it better in this blend. Sweet cinnamon pumpkin on its own, not my thing. But I feel like if Bath and Body Works blended that with some other fragrance notes, I would probably actually purchase that from Bath and Body Works. But if you're wondering like what the pumpkin note is, if you're familiar with sweet cinnamon pumpkin from Bath and Body Works, that's what I'm getting in here. Toasted marshmallow. Not really. I think what I get here more so than anything else is a very like whipped vanilla, almost like a vanilla cream type scent. I wouldn't call it vanilla ice cream though. It smells like you whipped some, you know, heavy whipping cream up and then you added like a perfect like dose of a vanilla bean paste into that whipped cream. It's really yummy and delicious. But also in terms of the marshmallow fluff that's listed here at the bottom, I also don't smell that in this fragrance. I just don't get anything marshmallow related in here at all. So if you were kind of excited about either the toasted marshmallow or the marshmallow fluff, my nose does not pick that up. But do keep in mind, everybody's nose experiences fragrances slightly differently. So it doesn't mean that you won't smell that in here, but I don't smell it. I would have liked to have had it in this scent. I think it would be great, but I don't smell that. I smell more of just a delicious vanilla whipped cream note. Toffee. I do smell some toffee in here. I like the nuttiness that the toffee brings in. A lot of times toffee can smell a little bit overwhelming and it can kind of make a fragrance smell borderline cloying, but this is not cloying at all, you guys. Again, everything is like perfectly dosed in this fragrance, if that makes sense. Nothing stands out more than something else does. Now, in terms of the spice note that you're getting in here, I think that kind of goes back to that like sweet cinnamon pumpkin reference that I made. There is definitely cinnamon in here. I do also feel like I smell a touch of almost like a nutmeg. So the autumn spices that I'm getting are cinnamon and nutmeg. Again, not spicy cinnamon. It's not like the red hot cinnamon. It's more of like a Ceylon cinnamon, like a cinnamon that you would bake with. It's super, super pleasant. I do not smell almond blossom in here at all. I don't know where almond blossom would even make sense in here personally. Nothing about this smells remotely floral to my nose. So if you are looking at this on the website and you're like, ooh, what the hell? I don't smell any almond blossom, so you're safe there if you're not looking for that. But the musk, this is what I found really interesting. There is this kind of unique muskiness to this scent, which you wouldn't think would make sense with a gourmand, but it really kind of does. It's almost like that sweet musk adds, again, just a little touch of sweetness to this, but it also helps to blend everything together and makes it smell a little bit more elevated and sophisticated, if that makes sense. Listen, this is an incredibly well done scent and I'm in love with it. I really do want like 1 or 2 more of these to have on hand over the course of the fall. This is super, super pleasant. I don't have any business buying any like fall HomeWorx candles right now because I'm trying to work on my fall HomeWorx candle collection this year. But I don't think I'm going to be able to resist either ordering a couple of these from the HomeWorx website, or if we're lucky, maybe, and I don't know, but maybe these this particular scent would pop up at like Marshall's, HomeGoods, TJ Maxx, or Ross. I'm also secretly hopeful that maybe this one comes over to Ulta. I also love buying the HomeWorx candles from Ulta. I will say, listen, their shipping can be atrocious. Sometimes they just throw several candles into a box and I guess say good luck and send it on their way. There's a lot of people who have received many damaged candles from Ulta. I typically have pretty good luck ordering the candles from there. So I would absolutely consider buying this from Ulta because I just love the reward system there so much. But yeah, if I come across this at HomeGoods, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, even though I'm not really allowing myself to pick up a lot of fall candles from HomeWorx this year. Christmas candles, yes, but fall, no. I only have a few Christmas candles that I have left over from last year, but fall, I really have to be careful about. So, but I would not be able to resist if I came across this out in the wild. And I think you should check it out too. I completely understand not wanting to order from the HomeWorx website or from QVC because of the shipping. But if you see these out in the wild, I'm telling you, pick one up. It is so pleasant. Also, the performance has been so good on this one. I know that HomeWorx has had their struggles in terms of strength and throw. I have found this one to be very consistent from the start. The strength of this I would put at almost an 8. And that's almost going back to like the olden days of HomeWorx when we started, back in 2017 with the brand. So this has a really good strength to my nose. It does travel quite far as well. So it scents, I would say, like the bulk of the downstairs of my house. So I'll put the strength between a 7 and an 8 as well. I do have to be somewhat mindful about what I'm pairing with this one. For example, right now I am burning Kringle bourbon apple and oud in my kitchen. This one isn't playing well with that scent at all. So it is one of those where it's strong enough to where you do want to consider what you pair with it, if that makes sense. But this is performing quite well in my downstairs, more open concept, high ceiling type home. So I will take this performance. It's a good one for me. The overall burn quality has been really good as well. I have not had any issues with these wicks. I do trim them between each burn. They do not seem to be forming huge carbon balls at all, which is nice. But I do take just a little bit off of the wicks because they tend to get a little bit long during each of the burns. The wax has not discolored. There is no sooting. I will give you guys an overhead shot so that you can see what we're working with here. This has been lit now for just about, I would say, 3 hours. So I'm just getting ready to extinguish this. This has a pretty nice deep wax pool going. I do see some carbon balls that did fall into the wax there, but they're not huge carbon balls. Like, I feel like most people might even just leave them. But yeah, obviously there's a few that have fallen in there, but it has not affected the overall burn. So yeah, listen, I'm really pleased with this one, you guys. And if you're at all curious about this one, I have no complaints. I want more of it myself, and I'm really pleased. So a big thank you to HomeWorx for sending this one out in PR. It definitely got me hooked. And I'm finding myself craving this fragrance when I am waking up in the morning and making my coffee. It just puts me in a fall frame of mind, and I don't know, that makes me happy. I am fully aware that it's still August. You don't need to let me know. Sometimes people remind me that it's not fall yet, but listen, I live in my own world. It makes me happy. So, you know, if you still want to enjoy summer, feel free to do that. All right, you guys, let me know if you have any questions about this one. Again, I'll have it linked down below where you can find it. I appreciate you being here for today's candle reviews. Subscribe if you are new. Please give this video a thumbs up if you found it to be helpful, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.